Good morning once again, everybody. This might not necessarily be a short one, but we are going to talk about. Um, I was watching an interview that Tucker Carlson did with Catherine Austin Fitz. Now, if you don't know Catherine, she's been around for a while, all right, and she's been pretty on point with things. If I remember correctly, she may have been the first person to equate what we're going through now to more of a spiritual war, which is, especially in light of the files, incredibly on point. Anyway, the talk about in the most recent interview he did with her, she is very much of the belief that the elite lose in this. And I have to agree because this is the thing. The elite of the West, um, I should say the elite of the West and the East, but mostly the Western elite. They have this idea that they could just cut the entirety of the system loose and everybody will just hang out and wait to die. Essentially, that's what it seems like they're going for. All right, just start kicking out the supports left and right. b- Essentially, blow up the entire system quietly behind the scenes, and then just wait for nature to take its course. The thing is, they are, and this is part of the reason why they are so desperate to get the police state up and running, because they're starting to realize that when you just decide to cut a bunch of people loose, they start to become self-sufficient again, and they don't need you anymore, which spells all sorts of hell in terms of them being able to maintain any kind of power. This is inevitably how they lose, okay? Because as less and less as the people find themselves with less and less support and they see the system fracturing, they do things, all right? Might not be everybody, might not all happen at once, but they start actually doing things, changing things, making things that benefit them instead of, constantly feeding up to the tippy top of the pyramid. The reality is a lot of the Western elite are going to be sitting there. Essentially, they have admin powers, and after all the years of abusing their admin powers, people are just creating their own server. Okay, that's one way to look at it. And now all of a sudden, especially as the pressure builds up, they're sitting there. Everybody knows the meme of the three fucking, was it 20, 30-year-old aristocrats or whatever. They're sitting there like, you can't do that. How dare you? How dare you try to create your own systems? How dare you not eat the poison food? How dare you think that you can do whatever the fuck you want? This is our land. We own it. We stole it first. That's essentially what the deal is. And this is exactly how they're going to lose because people are starting to move away. All right? They're not just going to I mean some people might be inclined to just roll over and give up, but not everyone. Not everyone. As more and more of this goes on, because you can't just cut all the people loose and expect them to not do the things they have to do to survive. As more of this goes on, you are going to see, because, for instance, one story in particular that stood out to me. Now, this wasn't Catherine's or Tucker's. This is just random commenters. Dude mentioned how in his city or in his area, uh, I don't know if it was flock cameras or Oh, hell, what's the other one? Oh, I forget. How the hell do I forget? I randomly forget these tiny little bits of. Oh my god. No, it wouldn't be Ring cameras. Anyway, a bunch of those cameras got set up in the local area, and a dude got a ticket, and they claimed that he didn't have insurance, and he had to burn through an entire, like, 6 to 8 hours, trying to, because of course, the ticket, whenever it comes to tickets derived from these cameras, always show up, like, 3 to 4 months after the supposed incident. It takes a while. Alright? So, what ended up happening is after he, went through the ball ache of proving that he did have insurance at the time and that the ticket was bullshit, he then decided to take it straight to all the people who decided to sign off on those cameras and got the cameras taken down and got somebody booted out of their little position of power and authority for it. That's just one example. That is just one example of people kicking the lower end of the elite's teeth in. And in terms of, Catherine also makes the point that, modern elites of the West, they don't have staying power. These aren't the, and I've mentioned this before too. We're not creating Churchills or FDRs, not necessarily that they're good people. It's just a point. We're not creating, oh hell, who was the Frenchie? Who was the Frenchie? Damn it. How the hell do I forget his name? Um, just a moment. French World War II generals. Maurice, not Weygand. De Gaulle. We're not creating De Gaulles. We're not creating any leaders of character in the West. All right. We're producing weak little bitches who, yes, they do currently occupy positions of leadership and authority, but these people are so disconnected from reality at this point. Like they have no leadership in the past. All right. This isn't necessarily, this is part of the reason why the aristocracy fell and why kings and kingdoms fell apart, at least as a common system. It's because good leadership has to experience poverty. They have to experience the lows and the highs. They have to experience what it's like to actually work for a living and what it's like to just sit on your ass in the wonderful, beautiful gardens of the state or whatever. And this is the thing. These people have no connection to how anything gets done anymore. They just pop up, they fall out of the right vagina, and that's it. That's it for them. They don't know how to do anything.